Hello, are you here to debate?
Maybe. I want to hear your thoughts on number 6.
You want to hear my thoughts on number 6? Sure. So,
What do you believe?
Can I just first get your name and age, please?
My name is Roble667, and I am 36.
Great. So the movement of abolition of police and prisons is calling for the removal of the carceral and retributive state of justice that the police and prison system currently operate under, with in exchange for a system that's going to operate under a transformative and restorative justice model. And by doing this, we would lower the need for police and prisons to the point where the systems would just have to look completely different to how they do now, because they would be so the way we would allocate these resources would just be so vastly different. Basically saying that we wouldn't need police the way we need them now to protect neighborhoods, and that prisons effectively currently are obsolete in accomplishing crime prevention.
Who does crime prevention then?
Crime prevention isn't done right now. We kind of are reactionary to crime. We don't really attempt to prevent it as much. Crime prevention would be done on a systemic level.
I think it would depend on what state you live in.
No, I would say crime prevention has to be done on a systemic level, and not many places are changing the overall socioeconomic needs of the people enough to effectively lower the crime rate more than it already has. The crime rate's been dropping steadily since the 90s, so lower it more than it currently is lowering.
So the states that you're not allowed to call the police when they steal from department stores, up to some of them are $1,200. That doesn't encourage crime?
No, because the person stealing wouldn't be preventing the crime from happening, right? Calling the police doesn't prevent the crime from happening. The crime still happened. We're talking about prevention.
Well, they do, because if they know there's a punishment that they're going to go to jail if they do this, it doesn't happen. And this is true. If you go to Florida department stores,
I'm just going to
speaking first.
Just really quickly, if this was the case,
if you go to Florida department stores, can I finish speaking first?
Sure.
So if you go to Florida department stores, they don't have stuff caged up. It's really clean. There's not like debris of open material everywhere. But you go to New York, stores don't even want to be open there. Department stores don't want to be open.
True.
I live in Denver.
I literally hold on. I'm gonna interrupt you here. I literally lived in New York and moved to Florida, and the department stores look the exact. Walmart looks the exact same, and the exact same products are behind a locked case.
You're lying, man. You're lying.
The fuck do you mean I'm lying? I quite literally lived in New York and then moved to Florida, and Walmart in New York has the exact same products behind a locked cage as the Walmarts I go to in Florida. Exact same.
But they lock up underwear in Florida and work boots?
They don't lock up underwear and work boots in New York.
They do here in Denver.
Okay, but you didn't say Denver. You said in New York versus Florida. The two states I happen to live in.
New York has a systemic problem with all the department stores leaving. They don't want to be in New York anymore. Malls are rapidly closing.
Malls are closing in
department stores are announcing that they won't open their branches.
Malls are closing in the entire country. Malls are closing have nothing to do with crime. Malls are closing because of Amazon, because nobody wants to go to a mall anymore.
No, $38 billion in theft. That's what it's from.
No, it's not. Malls closing are due to people not shopping at malls anymore. It's not due to people. The stores don't want it. No, the malls are closing because stores do not want to lease those mall departments. Malls aren't owned by stores. They're owned by one group that rents out to other stores. If they don't have stores that want to be open there, they can't pay their bills. Yeah, this is quite literally.
That's why they're closing.
Sure, you can't provide any empirical evidence that this is the reason malls are closing. None.
They specifically say it. What do you mean? They specifically say that the theft is so bad that they don't want a storefront.
Except
you can look up multiple articles, pull up your little screen and do a Google and just search it.
Sure. The first thing that pops up is that malls have closed because they haven't had the sustainability to reopen after the exacerbation by the COVID-19 lockdowns. First thing that pops up on Google. Very first thing.
And why do you think that?
Second one from business.com. The number one reason why malls are closing, there's the two. Here's the reason they give. Here's the reason they give. They have 3 reasons. This is from business.com. 1, online purchases are easier. Wow, it's almost like I said Amazon. 2, online shopping is more social. So online shopping has become a more social thing with Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and all of this. And
so
3
all
is
these stores that are
and 3 is online stores provide unique customer service.
Closing in San Francisco,
So that's why.
And closing in Portland and saying they no longer will be open in Democrat states are.
Yep.
Those stores are just lying.
You asked me to do a Google search and provide evidence. I did. If you want to provide counter evidence, go ahead.
All right, 1 second. So anyways, back to the police thing. So what?
No,
about community policing?
We're not going to move on. We're not going to move on here. Provide evidence for your claim.
What? I'll pull it up right now. I'll pull up.
Great. We're not going to move on until after. We'll move on after you've provided evidence.
Sure. Okay. So let's see. Department stores.
Well, we're talking about malls specifically.
No, all of them.
Well, no, you specifically said malls.
All right, malls closing because of theft. That's what I'm searching.
Well, if you're searching up malls closing because of theft, you are engaging in what's called confirmation bias. So you're going to pull up articles about malls being closed because of theft. If you want to do an appropriate search, the search should be, why are malls closing? Because then you're not specifying one specific reason. You're getting a list of reasons as to why malls close.
So do you believe that Google generates exactly what you're saying, or it generates search results that you want to see?
Depends on what you're searching.
What's your thoughts on
Depends
Google?
on the keywords that you're searching and how you're searching. But
That's
searching,
incorrect.
That's
100% incorrect
malls
by the
closed
algorithm
because
that's
of
available
theft
for people to see.
is going to provide you articles about malls closing because of theft. That's kind of how Google searches work. This is quite literally what confirmation bias is when it comes to searching for information.
So you want to say, why are malls closing?
Well, yeah, that's how you would pull up articles that are not leaning into a bias.
All right, first result, even though it does say the internet, but that could be the same thing that you're saying, confirmation bias. All right, now I'm going to do a different search
confirmation bias in
Let's
just
see if
searching?
the same result comes up.
Wait, just explain to me where the confirmation...
What's a different trusted search engine for you?
Use whatever search engine you want, but what is the confirmation bias
I don't
in
want
why
you to
are malls
discredit
closing?
their first result. I don't want you to discredit their first result, so I'm asking you...
Whatever you pull up, I'll pull up the specific article and read that or study and read that. I don't really care how it was searched. What I'm saying is, I would like you to explain how searching why are malls closing would be engaging in confirmation bias.
Okay. Why are malls
when the question that we're asking,
closing?
that we're debating is why are they closing?
They have completely different results than Google on DuckDuckGo. The first 10 on this one aren't the same as the first 10 on Google.
Yeah, I don't expect them to be, because you're looking at a different search engine, right? They have different algorithms. That's how the internet works.
How about this? Rise in theft retail stores since 2020. Let's see what that number is.
Yes, you're looking specifically in the rise in theft K.
Unprecedented theft contributed to $112 billion in retail losses.
Great.
In 2020.
Yes, when you search up rise in theft, this is what's going to pop up. Sure, I don't know what this has to do with anything when we're discussing the reason why malls are closing.
Closing down. How about this one? Closing down department stores. fallen, but 14% this year, 9.8 over the last 10. Macy closes 150. Here's why. Let's see what they have to say. I think the best one would be at Macy's separately told employees it would shut down stores. All right. This is an NPR article, too. I feel the feeling you like NPR. It doesn't tell you why, and it doesn't mention anything about COVID.
Yeah, so when you look
Store
up,
including
when we pull up
Amazon,
why
Walmart,
Macy's is
Bed Bath
closing
& Beyond.
150 department stores, the reasons they listed were that they were going to shut down unproductive stores and open up more high-performing stores. So, like, they're closing Macy's, and then they're going to open more Bloomingdale's, because Bloomingdale's and Blue Mercury are stores that are owned by the company that owns Macy's that are doing better, like in terms of the money that they're getting in regards to opening a store. They've also said they're going to open smaller stores in more outdoor shopping centers, because they found that outdoor shopping centers tend to do better than indoor malls, because indoor malls tend to have a higher cost of operation.
Does Macy's have security at their stores?
I don't know.
So where do you live in Florida? I don't want like address, just like town or even major city near you, if that's cool.
What does that matter?
Because I'm curious, if I went to any department stores by you, you say the same things are locked up.
Yes, the same things that are typically locked up at Walmart's tend to be the things that are locked up.
So what's locked up at the Walmart at the city, the major city near you?
Typically things like razors, higher end electronics, these type of things tend to be the things that are locked up.
So not underwear, bed sheets, work boots. That stuff's not locked up.
None of that stuff is locked up.
Well, they have that all locked up where I live in Denver.
Okay.
It's specifically because of rising theft. They're not allowed to call the police unless someone steals over $900.
Okay.
In Denver.
I don't know what
there's constantly people pushing out stuff.
I just want to link this back to the conversation, right? None of this has anything to do with like whether these systemic issues have been addressed in these areas, right? So
what do you think the systemic issue of this?
Well, the reason why people steal would be because they are poor.
No, that's incorrect.
It's not. Poverty is directly tied to property crime. How many studies? How many criminology studies do you want on this? Because I have a ton of them.
These people are selling it to resell it. They're stealing it to resell it.
Yes. Why do you steal and resell something? To make money.
Because you know you could get away with it for free.
To make money. Because you want money. Money. Why do you think this doesn't happen in areas that are more affluent? Because they don't have a need to steal and resell stuff. Because they already have money.
So I live in one of the richest suburbs in Colorado, and it's just like, I don't actually live in Denver. It's just like the Denver stores, how they have everything locked up like that. They have entire aisles locked up.
Their Walmarts are probably owned by
the
same
and Walmart
person.
Are completely every
They're
single
probably
thing is a
owned by the same person who's just like putting this as a measure for all their stores. Makes sense if I am going to do something in one store. I'm probably going to
waste the money if there's not a rampant theft problem.
Yeah, I think if you're going to do it. So wait, so then you're claiming there's a rampant theft. You're claiming you live in a high end area, and that the people in your high end area are going into your Walmart and stealing bed sheets to resell them. Or if this is happening, big if, by the way, it's probably people from out of town coming in because they don't want to steal from the Walmart near them, so they don't get caught. It would still be people who systemically have a large gap in wealth inequality, so they steal and resell so they can get.
I wish I could
money.
share a video with you. So they have this encampment of migrants by the ball arena where the Nuggets and the Avalanche play, and they had like 4 tables set up. It's all retail stuff that they're selling. What's your thoughts on that?
Steal from corporate.
That's a problem.
I absolutely have
what?
zero issue with someone stealing from a Walmart. Actually, if you want to know my actual stance, I don't give a fuck if you steal from Walmart.
So you have no morality on theft.
I have no morality on theft from big corporations that engage in $1 billion of wage
I know you
theft
believe in
every
murder
year.
from your other points.
I do you want to actually hear what I just said? I said I have no caring about theft from major corporations that engage in billions of dollars of wage theft every year.
Wage theft.
Yeah, I think it's way more.
Do you buy anything from Walmart?
I think it's way more important that Walmart engages in wage theft than it does that people steal from Walmart.
How wage theft when people voluntarily work there?
Do you know what wage
theft
theft
is?
Do you know what wage theft is?
No, what are they stealing from their employees?
Do you know what wage theft is?
Not your definition, apparently. What do you think it is?
Wage theft is when they either withheld compensation from someone or they fail to pay proper wages that they've agreed to pay to their employees.
Do you have any proof of that?
Yes, go to violationtracker.goodjobfirst.org. Go to Walmart, and they literally have the penalty.
Bias,
what the fuck do you mean? That's not what confirmation bias is, stupid. Holy shit, dog. When it comes to confirmation bias, that's not what it is, dummy. When it comes to confirmation bias.
So what do I search on Google to see this?
You would search Walmart wage theft. Walmart wage theft. This will either tell you if Walmart is or it. That's not confirmation bias, my dude. Confirmation bias.
Remember when I said that from stores? You said it's confirmation bias.
Dog.
You're saying the same exact thing.
No, I'm not.
Product stuff you're replacing with wage.
No, I'm not. You searched.
You
searched our malls.
The correct way.
I'm gonna interrupt here.
The correct way to search that on Google would be.
I'm gonna interrupt here so that I can correct you on how confirmation bias works.
No, that's confirmation bias.
You searched stores closing because of theft. That when we're having the conversation, stop talking. When we're having a conversation about why malls close, stop talking.
That's not what I said.
You want me to pull up the clip? How much do you want to bet? $20? $20 that what you said you searched was malls closing because of theft.
I still have it. No, I still have it in my search.
You want to bet?
I still have the search.
Yes, you changed it when I told you that was a confirmation bias way to search. What you were going to search was, did malls close due to theft? This was what you were going to search. This would be confirmation bias. When it comes to looking up whether Walmart is engaging in wage theft, because I know that they're doing it, right? I would look up a third-party independent verification who has tracked not only the number of court cases that Walmart has had up against them for wage theft, but the amount in penalties that they've had to pay for doing the wage theft, which as of right now sits at about $5,605,323,981 in penalties for Walmart for wage theft.
So do you ever shop there?
What does that matter in the term of the conversation?
Because if you don't support it, why would you support them?
Address the argument.
So you say you don't stand for it, but you go and support them and give them money? That makes no sense.
Address the argument. Address the argument here. All you're doing now.
Do you believe in anything aside from contradiction?
All you're doing now is an ad hom. Address the actual argument that I laid out in front of you, which is that wage theft is a
There's no argument. That you're saying that's why you don't like them.
I laid out a very specific argument that you are not addressing. Laid out a very simple argument. The argument was, do you care about stores being robbed? My answer was no, because they engage in wage theft, thus robbing the labor class and the workers from billions of dollars every year, or billions of dollars in general. Then your response was, but you still shop there. But you still shop there. That doesn't address the fact that I think wage theft is much more important to focus on than individual petty theft. But you have not addressed this argument.
So if a store, company, restaurant came out and said, we don't believe in abortion, we're pro-life, and men are men and women are women, would you spend your money with them?
What?
Would you patron that place?
If what?
If let's say Chick-fil-A says, hey, we don't support abortion, we don't want abortion, and men are men and women are women. Would you still support Chick-fil-A and spend your money with them?
I try to not spend my money at places that are actively engaging in things that I disagree with. However, we live in a system where every company, every single one, is going to be in some way, shape, or form doing something that I don't like. There is no ethical consumption under capitalism is a saying for a reason, right? Because of this, I have to pick and choose the battles of which places I want to engage in order to survive, because I can't not go to a grocery store. I can't not shop and buy food. I can't not do these things. These things are kind of required to live. So yes, in order to live, I do sometimes have to engage in places and with companies that are unethical. This is just how capitalism works as a whole. But again, none of this, none of this addresses the argument. None of this addresses the argument about whether wage theft is worse than petty theft. This is just you again ad homing out of having the actual
I'm not
conversation.
Agreeing or disagree with it. I'm just trying to call out you for being the hypocrite.
Yes, this is called an ad hom. You
don't have to support any store. You do not have to go to that grocery store.
I kind of do. I kind of have to buy groceries.
At that restaurant.
I kind of have to buy groceries.
To shop at Walmart.
Fun fact. I don't know if you know this, but I kind of have to buy groceries.
You have the strong opinions of why you don't like it, but you still support them.
I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you know this. I have to buy groceries. You kind of have to buy groceries or I starve.
Grow your own food. Why don't you grow your own food?
How? Can I ask you a question? A really important question.
Really. So you do like capitalism.
Can I ask you a really important question? Can I ask you a really important question? Were you born dumb, or did you become dumb later in life?
That's ad hominem. That's the definition of ad hominem.
Do you know why it's not an ad hom? Do you know why it's not an ad hom? Because I've been addressing your argument. Hold on. An ad hom is not just when you insult. No, let me explain to you. Let me explain to you. Yeah, let me explain to you the difference between an ad hom and an insult, since you don't know them. An ad hom would be if I insulted you. I'm going to explain. You can either shut up or go somewhere. I'm going to explain this so that you know the difference between an ad hom and an insult. An ad hom, right? An ad hom is when I insult you without addressing your argument. I've addressed your argument multiple times. I've said your argument of you do this so your stance is moot is a bad stance, and explained why that's a bad stance. So I have not ad hommed you. I simply just insulted you. I don't care if you insult me. If you want to insult me all you want, but address the argument.
Definition of you're wrong again, bud. The definition of ad hominem is an argument or reaction directed against the person rather than the position they are maintaining.
Exactly. I have addressed your position. Dummy. I've addressed your position. So I'm just insulting you. An ad hom would be if I insulted you instead of addressing your position. But I've addressed your position every single time. I've addressed your position every single time. I have addressed your position every time. So what I've done is address your position. I don't give a fuck what you call me, dog. Address the argument. At least when I call you stupid, I address the argument. Address the argument.
Kitty cat pussy with your faggot ears.
Of course you slur because you're a fucking you probably have this small a dick with no fucking control over your anger. So now you just go to slurs. Like, I know. Cool. Whoop-de-doo. Address the argument.
How are you smarter than the dictionary definition?
The dictionary definition, dumb fuck, of an argument or reaction to the argument where you direct it against a person instead of the position they're maintaining. I addressed your position, stupid fuck. Stupid idiot.
Moron.
Stupid idiot fuck. Stupid idiot dumbhead. I addressed your position. So it was not doing that rather than addressing the position. It was doing it and address. Do you know what the word rather means? What's the word rather mean?
You're an idiot.
Just quick confirming. What does the word rather mean?
You're an idiot.
Tell me what the word rather means.
You are a bigoted.
What does the word rather mean? Idiot. What does the word rather mean?
You are a hypocrite.
What does the word rather mean? Answer the question. What does rather mean?
You want the definition of rather?
Yup.
Here you go. Tell me what you think it is first. I bet you it's not the same.
Rather?
Yeah.
I asked you. Don't try to pin it to now. You answer the question. No, you tell me what rather means.
No, you tell me, because I don't think you believe in
Rather is
is
doing something as opposed to doing something else. You do this rather than you do X rather than Y. I did X and Y. So an ad hom would be if I did X rather than doing Y, I did both. Therefore, it's not an ad hom because I addressed the argument while insulting you. I didn't insult you rather than addressing the argument.
100% what ad hominem is. In the use of an adverb,
not.
It is in a way that is directed against the person rather than the position they are maintaining. That is ad hominem.
I addressed your position every time. I have addressed your position yes, because I addressed your argument.
No,
it was not a rather.
Wrong, dude.
No, because I addressed your argument, it was not a rather. Yeah, now you just look dumb because you don't know how to read a definition.
Can I say you don't have feet because you have hands?
What the fuck are you talking about? The definition of hands of feet isn't having X without rather than having Y. That's not the definition of feet, stupid. The definition of an ad hom is to address.
If you do two things.
If
you were to drive your car and then get on a train, would you have just driven your car?
What are you talking about?
Or did you also get on the train too?
What are you talking about? This is not how words work. Do you not know words?
To get on the train to go somewhere.
Maybe you know what? Let me slow it down. Let me slow it down because maybe you just don't understand the English language.
And took a train.
Let me slow it down because maybe you just don't understand the English language. Ad hominem.
No, you do not understand.
Ad hominem is directing an attack at a person. Ad hominem, directing attack at a person rather than the position. Now, what I did was addressed your position completely, and then I insulted you.
That's the adjective way, not the adverb. There's multiple ways that ad hominem is used there, smart guy.
Oh my God.
According to the Oxford Language of Dictionary.
Sure, let's look at the adverb. Number one,
Oxford. You type it up on your Google and see
Dictionary, definitions, Oxford Languages, adverb. 1, in a way that is directed against a person rather than the position they are maintaining.
Right, that's exactly what you did. When you insult me personally because of my
addressed your position. I insulted you and addressed your position. I didn't insult you rather than addressing your position. I insulted you,
but you still did though, right?
Addressed your position. Yeah, I never claimed I didn't insult you, stupid. Never once said that.
That's ad hominem.
It's not an ad hom if I address your argument.
In a way that relates or associates with a particular person. Adverb number 2. That doesn't say rather at all anywhere there, bud.
What the fuck are you talking about?
That's stupid as an association.
That's not the second definition. The second definition isn't talking about ad homs in debates. It's a completely different. What the fuck are you talking about?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Do you not know that definitions? Do you not know that sometimes words have different definitions because they're used in different contexts? So ad hom in the second adverb definition, which is in a way that relates to or is associated with a particular person, is different than this. Hence, the example they give in the word with the sentence is the office was created ad hominem for Fenton. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about, which is ad hominem as a debate fallacy. Are you looking batshit, fam? Holy shit, dog. How about instead of this instead of all of this fucking obfuscating, you just answered the fucking questions that were originally laid out to you.
Do you have a degree in bullshit or something?
See, you still keep going instead of addressing the argument. You're now going on
to
other
things. Do you have a degree in bullshit?
I don't give a fuck what my degree is in. Address the argument I laid out for you previously. Or go debate a wall. Like, pick. If you don't want to address arguments, go debate a wall.
Address arguments.
Yep. I've laid out multiple arguments for you, and none of them have been addressed. None. Quite literally none of them.
You're stupid.
You haven't addressed a single argument.
You're stupid. All these department stores too that are saying that they're leaving closing stores because of theft.
I asked you for nothing to do with theft, I asked you for evidence of this, and all we've been able to pull up is evidence that department stores are leaving because in-person shopping is harder to fund than online shopping. So provide me evidence of a mass exodus of apartment stores.
So, but you say I can't search for it. When I search for a store closing
because when you search,
because
you don't know how to search without confirmation bias. I can't believe we're back to this.
So I can't search for stores closing because of theft.
If you search stores closing because of theft, yeah, it's going to tell you.
Store announces they're closing because of theft.
Holy shit!
Is that confirmation bias?
If your search was apartment stores closing because of theft, department stores closing because of theft, yes, that is confirmation bias. But if you want me to read the article, I will.
What if
but when we look
department store announces,
here we go again.
They actually say it. That's the reason why.
Here we go. We're still here.
On September 26th, Target set off a national firestorm when it said it would be closing 9 stores in 4 states because of theft and organized retail crime. Is that confirmation bias?
9 stores is a mass. How many stores does Target have?
Fact?
How many stores does Target have? How many?
Enough to have a problem where they need to close some because of
1,958. So they closed 9 stores. And you believe there's an epidemic of crime because 9 out of 2,000 stores closed.
It's more than 0, isn't it? How about this one? 26 stores are leaving New York.
Can you answer a question? Have I said that there are 0? Wait, can you answer this question? Have I said that there is 0 theft in the country? Have I said this? Have I said that there's 0 theft? No, I didn't. I said that when we look at the percentages of stores closing, the bulk of stores closing are not due to theft related. The majority of stores closing are due to
theft, says Macy's staff after store announces it's closing.
Oh,
employees at San Francisco Union Square neighborhood.
Except when we look at the actual reason Macy's gave.
That's confirmation bias.
When we look at the reason, I don't care what the staff of a store said. The reason Macy's gave for closing the stores was not theft.
It was a CNN article.
Are you fucking dumb? I did not say that the CNN article is misquoting the staff. The staff could absolutely say, hey, we believe that the store is closing due to theft. Sure. This isn't empirical evidence of the store actually closing that because the staff aren't the ones who made the decision to close the store. The staff at the store don't know the actual reason the store is closing. But when we look at what Macy's has said, they've said that they're shuttering stores that are unproductive to make way for higher end stores. So they're closing stores.
Macy's didn't say that. That was the article's opinion on it.
You want to bet? Do you want to bet?
Yeah, what'd you search to get that?
Macy'sInc.com, Macy's 4th quarter report for 2023, their 4th quarter report, where they said that they are closing their lower end stores because the stores that are making money are the stores that are selling higher end items. So they're closing their lower end stores,
Target,
and opening
Walmart,
up,
and
opening
Nike
up
higher end retail sales.
Higher end products. So this is another
$112 billion
fucking smash. And all of this, you know the best part? You know the best part? None of this addresses the original argument, which was that theft-related crime is due to poverty, which is what I said at the start of this. If you want to lower theft-related crime...
Why aren't they closing in states that enforce the law and do not allow theft? Why are they not closing in states that don't have these crazy laws where you need to steal X amount of dollars?
They're closing in stores with more people because they're closing in the states that have a higher population of people because there's going to be more crime in states with higher populations.
They're not closing in Florida.
You want to bet?
They're not closing in Florida because of that.
You want to bet?
You think Florida is it rich or poor?
You want to bet?
Yeah,
you want to bet me? You want to bet me that stores aren't closing? Macy's shut down 150 stores, some of which were in Florida. Walmart, the place you're claiming is shutting down stores. Let's even look at Walmart.
Your thing though, Macy's says the online thing. Macy's has nothing to do with that. That you're going back.
Yes, but your claim is that they did. Come on.
No,
Walmart's closing. Walmart's of the 154 stores closing. Oh no, here we go. Of the 23 stores Walmart closed in 2003, some were in Florida. In 2023, sorry, there were Walmarts in Florida. Actually, let's look at the Walmarts that it closed. Arkansas, not a blue state. Georgia, not a fucking blue state. Florida, fucking not a blue state. Kansas, I don't think Kansas is a blue state. Minnesota, Never heard of Minnesota being a blue state. Wow, it actually looks like
100% blue.
Sure, if Minnesota's blue, sure. But of the 23 stores that Walmart closed during 2023, bunch of which article? Were in this is WFTV.com/news/trending/Walmart will be closing 23 stores this year. Here's a list. And if you want, you can go look at Walmart. You can go there's the list of stores they closed. There's the list of stores they closed, some of which are in red states. So this idea that they're not closing stores in red states is ridiculous.
2024 it is. All right, let me see. It says California, Maryland, Ohio, all blue states. Let me see. I need to pull up an article. I'm only getting the preview of that. Approximately 1,000 locations. Let's see where they're at. Key retail struggling in tough times.
Ohio's a blue state now, apparently.
It's always been a blue state. What are you talking about?
Ohio?
Yeah.
There's no way, bro.
It's actually a swing state.
There's no way, bro.
Let's see the voting history for Ohio. It's a swing state. It's like 50% both ways. But the real thing is who's in control of passing the laws? Do they have a Congress that's blue?
Ohio is Republican right now. They voted Republican for Nixon. They voted, in fact, here, hold on.
No, it's like an even split. 2020 was 53%.
That doesn't make it not a red state. A red state means that when we say something is a red state, we mean that Republican lawmakers are the ones who get elected in said state, not that people are 50-50 voting. That's not what a red state means.
Okay, U.S. Senate voting history, U.S. House voting history.
And now we're just moved on to another
governing voting history.
Uh-huh.
So governor makes determination. Is that what you're thinking? So let's see this though. Ohio laws on retail.
Ohio was red in 2020, red in 2016, red in 2012, and red in 2008. Seems like a pretty red state, my guy.
Ohio shoplifting in Ohio. It has to be more than $1,000 for them to call the police in Ohio. That doesn't sound like a red policy to me.
So I can steal an... Yeah, but you just claimed that some of the stores closing are in Ohio.
Did I?
Yeah, that's why we got onto Ohio to begin with.
I thought I said Ohio was a red state.
No,
or Ohio's a blue state.
Yes, but when you were reading the list, Ohio was on the list, and you said these are blue states, and you said Ohio, which is not a blue state.
No, yeah, I said one Columbus. Is Columbus blue though? Is the city of Columbus blue?
Still being closed in a red state.
Is Columbus a blue city though?
Oh, so now we're on to cities. So now it's not about the state's policies. It's about the individual cities' policies.
No, it's about the laws that they pass. It's specifically about the laws they pass. I guess that's generalizing. I guess you caught me on that. It's kind of generalizing and being what would it be? Prejudice for policies on that one. But still, that doesn't get back to the point that California is listed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, and then Ohio.
Okay, I don't know what that has a point to do.
What is California red?
No, California's not red. California
Those
has
stores,
more
Baltimore,
people.
Maryland.
They have higher densely populated. None of this addresses the fact that when it comes to crime, specifically crimes of poverty, right? Crimes of poverty are directly tied to, you know what the formula for property crime is? It's poverty plus proximity equals crime. That's the formula that you learn in like just starting out in criminal justice, that a poorer, more densely populated area is typically going to see more property crime than a wealthier, sparsed out area. So it does not shock me
So is that because of systemic racism then, or what?
Part of it is
The
other part is that
you probably believe that too, right?
Okay, so this is just another pivot. We're pivoting again. Now we're pivoting to systemic racism.
It has nothing to do with the laws, like if they're arresting
I'm not
people,
talking about. We're not discussing the reason for the systemic poverty.
So did your governor DeSantis announce that people are going to be, if they steal something, even for $20, they'll face up to $365?
Yeah, and I guarantee you, people are still going to steal things for $20. Here's the fun. Here's the fun fact. What? You know when we had the death penalty, and we were like, "Yo, if you do X, we're going to kill you." People still did X. They don't care about the punishment. Hence why our prison population has raised from 200,000 people to 2 million people since 1970.
The law saying you could kill people, do you think that murder would go up or down?
I think murder would probably rise. Yeah.
Yeah. So exactly. It's like you said, it's not going to completely 100% stop crime, but there's some type of deterrent there to stop it. And
but the deterrent, to link this back to the total conversation that we have, the deterrent is minuscule to the way the deterrent would be if we address the systemic issue that causes the crime. So so by the way, like let's say murder becomes illegal. Even if murder becomes illegal or becomes legal, if we address the systemic, like the socioeconomic issues that people have, we're probably still going to see a lower murder rate. Violent crime tends to be linked to poverty. For example, domestic violence has a direct linking to unemployment rates. When we see unemployment rates go up, domestic violence also goes up. And in fact, a lot of stressors that people have in their lives that lead to anger are financial stressors.
So should we force people to have jobs then? What's the solution there?
There's hundreds of solutions to fixing systemic poverty. We need to do one of any hundreds of things, such as paying people a livable wage, making it so that people don't go bankrupt via medical debt.
Would that help?
Reducing taxes in some regards would. Yes, it depends on how you're looking at the tax system. Reducing taxes on the lower and middle class, yes, that would alleviate the stressors and reintegrate money back into the economy. Reducing taxes on the upper class does not do this. We actually see the reverse effects. When taxes are reduced on the upper class, we tend to see worse conditions for the lower class of people because the upper class does not reintegrate that wealth back into the economy. They hoard that wealth. These are all basic concepts.
It's true to some degree.
It's true.
What if we were encouraged the redistribution from these corporations in order for them to be eligible for tax cuts? They'd have to put out a certain amount of bonuses or pay certain rates based on employees. Don't you think that would help?
I have no issue with a policy like this.
That's what Trump was under Trump's tax cut that was revoked by Biden.
It wasn't actually. There was no requirements of reinvesting into their.
There was.
No, there wasn't.
In order for them to be eligible for certain for write-offs, they had to do certain amount of bonuses, and based off of how many people they are, pay certain rates and what states they were in.
There was nothing forcing them to better pay the lower class workers.
You're right. There wasn't a force. It was like an option. Like if you wanted to get this write-off, you needed to do these things.
And they didn't take him. And in fact, what we saw is via Trump policies that we
saw during Trump, after that went into effect for the 1 year that it was, we saw the highest rate of bonuses. And not only that, but the highest what's it called, work week percentage, or however they worded it. Well, like basically your bonus at the end of the year is like a 2-week thing. You get a bonus, and it was the highest for
when
that.
We look at
under Trump.
Yeah, unfortunately, when we look at the actual, when we look at the actual things here, so
he also eliminated thousands of loopholes for tax write-offs.
AmericanProgress.org did a comprehensive look at Trump's tax plan 2 years after it was implemented. From Trump cutting the corporate
tax plan was only in effect for 1 year.
Hold on. His tax plan was not only in effect for 1 year. That is not true.
It was absolutely only in effect for 1 year.
No, it was not. It went into effect in 2017. and it stayed into effect until he. And how could
No, he passed it in law in 2017. It never went into effect until 2019 is the year that the taxes for him that was in effective law. It was supposed to be renewed in 2022, but it got executive ordered out. And they also the new tax plan under Biden, they have where the IRS adjusted for inflation.
The bill was
for
signed.
and
The bill was
taxed
signed
people
into
more.
law by President Donald Trump on December 22nd, 2017, and the changes introduced in the bill went into effect on January 1st, 2018.
Oh, I can't hear you. Oh, I think you muted. I can't hear. I could see you talking on the screen, but
I did
can't
not
actually
mute.
hear you on my
I
phone.
did not mute. I'm still talking.
Okay, sorry. What was the point?
The bill went into effect on January 1st. It was passed in
Which bill?
December 22nd, 2017. It went into effect January 1st, 2018.
What was the bill number?
It's the Tax Cuts and Job Act.
Is that the executive order?
The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act was a bill. That's what gave the tax
Okay, what's
cuts.
the bill number?
I mean, you can just look up the name of it, the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. But
I'm going to actually look at congress.gov for it. I'm searching right now.
Yeah,
on
Public Law
congress.gov.
115-97.
115-997.
Just -97.
All right. I'm actually on the Congress one. Let's see when it goes into effect. Because anyone could, like you said, anybody could have an opinion and write their opinion in the article. Do you believe that all news reports are true, or do you think that they say things that are confirmation bias in order to prove their point?
This isn't an opinion. This is just when the law went into effect. I can't opinion a law going into effect at a different time than it is.
Under Section 3A, no adjustments in 2018. It did not go in effect in 2018.
It did.
It did not.
It did.
All right, I'm scrolling. Let's see when it really goes into. Calendar year 2017 for 7/16 will not be in effect in 2018. Okay, another one saying not 2018.
Here we go. Section. So this is Public Law 11597, right? This is specifically what page am I on? This is page 7. This is page 7 of the bill.
On a PDF.
Page
If you just
7
tell me
of
the number, I could search it.
Page 7 of the bill. It's subsection. It's section. Let me pull up the exact section. Where is it? It's just the very beginning. So it's Title 1, Section 11000. Now, if you scroll down to after it lists the amenable tax changes, right? And you scroll down to 131 Stat 2059.
Can you pull it up on your screen so other people could see this too? Or
Sure, I'll pull it right up so that everyone can see it. I'll pull it right up so that everybody can look at exactly what I'm looking at.
This is something, regardless of whatever opinion you have, I think everyone should be able to understand and look at laws that are.
I'll even zoom all the way in so that it's readable. Effective date. Effective date. The amendments made by this section shall apply to taxable years beginning after December 31st, 2017.
This section, so if you scroll up, it only applies to what's in that section.
This section is the entirety of the bill. Yes, it is. It's right here. It's subtitle A, Individual Tax Reform, Part 1, Tax Reform, Section 11001. We don't go to another section until pages later. We're still in this section.
Page 110, you say?
In fact, Section 11002 doesn't start until after the part where it says the effective date. Then the next section takes place.
Right, because it's only that stuff that's in effect. That Section 111 is
Section 101
is the only thing.
Yes, Section 11001 is the thing that changes the tax brackets. It's what changes all of them. That was in that section.
Right. That's the only thing that went into effect in 2018.
Is the entirety of the bill?
No, just that section. That's not the entirety of the bill. It's just that section.
The conversation we were having is, did the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act go into effect in 2018 year election?
And only that section did.
Fine. Let's check the next. Let's check the effective date of the next section. Let's go look at this.
Please do.
Oh, okay. So here's the next section, which is section 2. The next one, effective date. Oh, after December 30, the tax year after December 31st, 2017. Okay, let's check the next one. The next section, which is section 3. Oh, effective date after the taxable year beginning after December 31st, 2017. Okay, I'm sure the next one will. Oh, nope. Next one is 2017. Next one is 2017. Another 2017. 2017. How many more do I have to pull up?
Specifically, the ones about the bonuses.
Every single effective date in this bill is 2018. Every single one. There is no effective date starting later than this. Every single one. All the amendments, 2017. The tax year after December 31st, 2017. So all of them would have been January 1st, 2018.
Well, I'm gonna find you the good ones. So what are those?
I found
those
one.
ones about?
I found one that started in 2019, and that was the elimination of shared responsibility payment for individuals failing to maintain minimum essential coverage, which is the tax code for health insurance. There's one that was 2018.
Yeah, that's the penalty specifically, right? The penalty.
Yep, the penalty for health insurance. There's one that was 2018.
No, not for not having it or not having it for employees.
Yes, the penalty for 17. Well, no, this was for individuals, so it's the penalty for individuals not holding health insurance.
And what was that? That was 20. That one went in after the year 2018.
That one was 2018. Here's one for 2021, which is just let's see what this one is. Which is just talking about the way that you deduct things from your taxes.
Those are the ones they're talking about that never got into effect.
Well, yes, this would be some of
the part.
Never got into effect is not really true when this is still our tax code. Biden hasn't implemented a new tax code yet.
No, it's not though. This has been executive ordered over. Here, let me pull up the executive order for you. Because under the new one they have where the IRS could, or your bank could have to submit 1099-Ks for cash deposits, and PayPal has to submit 1090-Ks, and eBay and all those other things. Executive order.
We're still under the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act as our tax system. Biden has made edits to it, sure, but this is still our tax system. Our current tax code is still the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. It has not been ratified yet.
No, this is a executive order.
It has not been.
Hold on, I'm pulling it up. Let me find it here. I just looked at it the other day. So, what do you think about taxes? Is taxes theft or no?
Are taxes theft?
Taxes are justified.
No, taxes without representation would be theft. Taxation without representation, but we have representation.
So you like that they tell you what they're doing, right?
What?
So then it makes it not theft. Because that's what representation is, right? Like when they were passing the laws and we're able to see what it is.
Representation would be that I can vote in a representative to make political decisions for myself and others. That's
I don't think you're understanding what that key term is for, though. Representation is showing you like what you have to follow by the taxes. That's the representation
when we say
of the tax.
No, that's not what no taxation without representation means.
Not our representative who passes the tax.
Yes, that's what it means when it says taxation without representation.
It's not
the phrase taxation without representation describes a populace that is required to pay taxes to a government authority without having any say in that government's policies. I don't know how many times, like, homie, at this point, you should just believe what I say, because I have not been wrong yet. But we're pushing on 55 minutes, so I'm going to move on to the next person, because this has been a long conversation. So I'm gonna move on.
Well, now. Thanks. I appreciate you calling me an idiot and listening to some of the stuff and maybe teaching me a little. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see.
All right. You still called me a slur, so I still, at the end of the day, don't give a fuck, but okay.